I guess technically that was a movie in the sense it had a beginning, a middle, and end, had a title, had actors saying things that were written down. This is another Blumhouse film. It's on Netflix. And just on top of my head, without really thinking about it, in recent memory, this has got to be one of the worst Blumhouse films that I can think of. And that is 2015's Visions. Directed by Kevin Grutert. Okay, well, there you have it. I mean, yeah, he worked on some of the Saw films. He directed Saw 6 in 3D, which 6 I like. The last one, 3D, not so much. Jezebel, another Blumhouse film. Edited first 5 Saws. Editor of Strangers, The Collection. Also, Jigsaw, he directed Jackals. So he's a much better editor than he is a fucking director. God, this movie is literally like every Blumhouse film, the supernatural Blumhouse film, but make it literally nothing happening. This was a chore to sit through, and it's shorter than other ones. I mean, it's an hour 22 minutes, not even an hour and a half, and it stars Isla Fisher, Anson Mount, Gillian Jacobs, Joanna Cassidy, a little tiny appearance by Eva Longoria, and Jim Parsons. So yes, we get a couple scenes with Dr. Sheldon Cooper. That's kind of cool. But other than that, okay, it's about this woman, Isla Fisher. I've seen her before. When I was in high school, I had this friend who loved the movie Hot Rod. She was in that. She is pregnant, but sometime before, she was in a car accident with a woman and her child. The child didn't make it. So she's had some sort of PTSD, but now she's pregnant, and she doesn't want to take drugs for it, but she's having all these visions, like because they move into a new house. So of course it's one of those, okay, something's wrong with the house. It has a bad past. The visions get more intense. She's got to figure out what happened and how to stop it. Like any other Blumhouse supernatural film. Hell, even like a good percentage of supernatural films. And this wasn't even released theatrically. This was released video on demand, I think straight to Netflix. But, oh my God, this was... And then it gets to the ending of it, and I was like, okay, I feel stupid for not seeing the character twist coming up. I should have, but my brain was, this was the first time in a while I stopped it, like a half hour left to go, and I did something else, because this movie was so fucking boring to sit through. I was like, I gotta find something else to do. I should have seen the twist with the characters coming up, but overall, I did think it was something ghostly. I thought it was something supernatural. I mean, okay, it's a year. It's a year between the accident and finding out she's 3 months pregnant. And they move into this house. Her doctor, Sheldon, suggests, if you're not gonna take antidepressants, there's a yoga class for pregnant women that you can go to. So she does. She meets this other woman, and they become really close. She confides in her about, the accident, the toll it's taken on her. And she keeps getting these visions, like, whether it be hearing loud knocks at the door, if she looks through the peephole, it's this silhouetted, hooded figure. Or when her and her husband are about to get intimate, she sees the figure standing there. Her husband thinks it's PTSD and, you know, hormones from being pregnant. He is completely useless. He doesn't seem to give a shit at all. And this entire movie is jump scares. I know I say that a lot with Blumhouse, but this movie literally, like, I was actually shocked at one point where she's being chased by some supernatural thing, and she's running through this hallway, and chair comes out, another chair comes out, a lamp comes out to block her. I'm surprised there wasn't music stings and camera zooms on those. But literally, like, so yeah, seeing that silhouetted hooded person, there's a big bearded guy next door that she sees with some like fuel jugs. She thinks they're meth heads because I guess there's a meth problem in town. There's like a house that's in ruins sort of nearby. She keeps seeing like what looks like a body because there's like a, not like a koi pond, but something kind of deep and dark and filthy outside. Keeps looking like a body's rising up. All these different visions. Hell, there's even one when the furniture's getting in her way. This bloody handprint just appears on the wall next to her. Even that has a music sting. And kind of like Rosemary's Baby, where she's expressing all this shit, but no one's listening to her. They keep telling her it's PTSD, keep telling her it's hormones. Only Rosemary's Baby is 500,000% better than this. I can't even say anything about the cinematography just because there's no interesting shots. There's no interesting camera work or characters. No real score that I noticed to help elevate any of the scenes. It is literally just scenes and boringness in between all these jump scares. Okay, it sets up a silhouetted hooded figure, sets up the thing out in the pond or the pool, the blood stain on the wall, the furniture getting pulled out. And it all leads up to her due date night, I think that's what it was. And I'm actually going to read this because I just want to know what exactly. She meets this other woman who is sensitive to supernatural elements. I guess a medium. And of course, she hears her collapse in the other room of their house. She's trying to get to her. And of course, that's when the furniture gets pulled out. And she has the cheesy line of, "It wants you." Of course it does. That's what the movie's about. I'm just trying to find, because I was drifting in and out of this movie. Okay, so then I think it's like her due date or whatever. Oh, well, first, then she sees some other medium who's like a sketch artist or something. And something has to deal with a great-grandmother burning down the house next door. There's a bunch of bullshit that's literally, what does this have anything to do with anything? Because it's like the night of her due date, husband's there, the doctor's there, Sheldon, a couple other people are there. They get a knock at the door, and it's her friend from the yoga class and her husband. They have guns. They start shooting people. One girl gets up to run. She's shot. And when she puts her hand on the wall, it's a bloody handprint. Isla Fisher's husband They get in a tussle with the knife. He stabs her in her pregnant stomach with a knife. But when she pulls it out, there's no blood. Then she stabs him. Kind of find out she's wearing a fake pregnant stomach. Tries to make an escape. The bearded guy next door tries to help her. He gets shot. He's the one that falls in the pool. He even like rises up out of the pool, gets shot again. So it's like, okay, that's what all of this shit was. They attack her, then they're dragging her through the house, and as she goes by each chair, she pulls it out, then the lamp. So it's like, because she's trying to tell everyone, okay, these are not ghostly things from the past I've been seeing. It's all premonitions of some event that's going to happen tonight. No one believes her, and then this shit happens. And then we see all the visions that she's had take place. And then she's zip-tied to the bed, and the woman Sadie tells her she's okay, so I should have seen this coming, but I was drifting in and out so bad. Her blonde friend Sadie, they zip-tied her to the bed. She reveals, I'm the other woman from the accident. You took my baby away, now I'm going to take yours. Maybe it's not even her due date, but you would think it would be, but it's not. It's just the night of the tragic event. So she's like, I'm going to take your baby away from you. Her husband hands her this Dexter bag. She takes out a scalpel, removes one shirt, then another shirt. It's just like, this is almost exactly like Inside, the French film. Much rather watch that than this. Because one, no supernatural elements. It's a much better movie. It's a way more intense, extreme movie. Not saying this needs to be extreme, but a little something to bump it up from boring as shit. This movie's just like Inside. And of course, she gets free from her restraints, slashes her friend's throat. Her husband, who was stabbed, comes in, shoots the friend's husband. So there, they got away, they get to keep their baby. And the next scene is their house being shown to a new couple. Okay, if I missed anything, it's because this movie was so fucking boring. Like, even by Blumhouse standards, this movie has literally just about nothing happening. It is like Rosemary's Baby, the French film Inside, which I know was remade. I reviewed it before anyone asked. But take all the interesting aspects about both those films, take them out, put jump scares, really loud jump scares, few and far between throughout the film, throw in some shit to make your mind think it's some supernatural thing, and then just say, nope, fuck that, it's this twist, it's whatever. It's these people getting revenge. The acting, honestly, I think the best actor in this was Jim Parsons. And he's literally in it probably less than 3 minutes. Isla Fisher was okay. I mean, she cries less than the girl from Midsummer. I can give her that. This movie, I would almost put down at the bottom with like Bye Bye Man, as far as just nothing happening. It was made for $1 million. It looks like it was, but there's nothing. The cinematography, it looks like a video on demand film. It looks like a straight to Netflix film. In fact, I've seen on demand Netflix films look a lot better. There's no interesting shots. There's nothing interesting about the premonitions or the visions. This is literally one of the bottom of the barrel Blumhouse films. Now, granted, I could probably say I hate Paranormal Activity films more, but yeah, this one is definitely down there. I thought this movie was absolutely boring, a chore to fucking sit through. It literally felt just like a run-of-the-mill, okay, We have our female lead. Let's give her some jump scary visions. She's got to figure it out. She thinks it's this direction. Okay, let's take it in that direction. Jump scare, jump scare, jump scare. There was probably a dream fake out sequence. If so, I don't remember it. I missed it. I did not like this film. I did all I could to sit through it. I thought it fucking sucked. But that's Blumhouse's visions. Thank you for watching.